there.
What's up?
Bubba, we go to another Southerner. This time we're talking about South Africa. Today is Giving Tuesday. And Giving Tuesday, we have Black Friday, you have Cyber Monday, and then Giving Tuesday. And this is when people who have been blessed and are thinking to themselves, I would rather give this to the advancement of the gospel or to something else that is dear to them as opposed to the government having it. We are getting toward the end of the year, and now this is when people want to give their end-of-the-year giving. And an opportunity has presented itself with the ministry that we love. It is supported monthly by the Burgess Memorial Fund to the children's programs there in South Africa. Also, we are sponsors of one of the DADs, the DAD program, which is also providing to try to fill the void for the money that we used to send to Living Hope South Africa from the United States that was removed under the Obama administration. And we worked hard to replace that money. And then today on Giving Tuesday, Living Hope South Africa has a need, and they have an opportunity for a matching donor to meet that need. And we want to give you that opportunity. So we bring in Mr. John Thomas, coming to us from beautiful South Africa today. John, welcome back. Sorry, John, are you there?
Good morning to everybody there.
Hey, John.
And before we get into this, I was listening online to your comments about 5 or 10 minutes ago, and I have a nomination that I would like to make to Donald Trump, and that is that he set up 2 joint secretaries of state, in person, Rick and Bubba. And the Americans will have a field day of fun-filled joint secretaries of state. That will solve the problems.
Your wisdom. Does it
it's
have an
mystical.
end? Does it have an end to it? I mean, that's so true. We would love to do it. We'd love a shot at that to get this country back headed in the right direction. And of course, this country has been a friend to Living Hope South Africa, and our audience, of course. They've gotten to know you over the years, but we've added markets. That's the last time that you were on. We have a new market there in Louisville, Kentucky, and then up into Virginia and the tri-state area up that way. So there's people that may be meeting John Thomas for the very first time. So tell us what's going on with Living Hope and on Giving Tuesday, how the Rick and Bubba audience in the United States can be of service to you again.
Thank you so much, Rick and Bubba. Yeah, I am from literally the southernmost tip of Africa. If you look at the map of Africa, you basically can't go further south. We're right at the bottom of Africa and run an organization called Living Hope, which is all about bringing hope and breaking despair. And we're not ashamed to say that we believe that despair is best broken through the power of Jesus Christ. But we bring hope to all sorts of people in dire poverty. And last year, in our financial year, which is a little different to how the U.S. works, we physically touched 56,003 people through the Living Hope Ministry. We have their names and addresses. We were able to reach those people and make a difference either in healthcare or poverty alleviation or orphans and vulnerable children or through our life skill program or rehab program or entrepreneurial program. We were able to reach 56,003 people. And so today, being hashtag Giving Tuesday, we have decided to ask our friends in South Africa and in the USA if they wouldn't like to join us in a total of $56,003, $1 for every person who we physically touched last year. Now, as you said, Rick, we have a match donor who is waiting to help us, but we're looking to get $56,000 in. And so I am asking all the wonderful people who are listening to hit our Facebook page or go to the Rick and Bubba Show, hit the Living Hope website, which the link is there for, and then hit the little Facebook icon in the top right-hand corner of the page. And you will be able to, either on the website or on the Facebook page, you will get a link to our donate page, and you can follow the instructions once you've hit the donate page. And you can just hit donate general today, which is at the top there. So what we're saying is, Hey, it's been a great Black Friday. It's been a great Thanksgiving. Sales, I believe, have been exceptionally good. Why don't you join the rest of the world in making a difference in giving to somebody a whole lot less fortunate? And in South Africa, we have so many needs. I cannot begin to describe how many we have. The destitution of people living in a 12-foot by 12-foot shanty, a whole family, and seeking to break the poverty and the chains of despair is what we're about. And we'd love you to join us.
Well, and there's no doubt that the Living Hope Ministries, they do such an incredible job. Back under George W. Bush, he went to meet Pastor John Thomas in person to shake his hand and say, this is what we think is the answer to the problems of Africa. It is Christ-centered ministries who are trying to change people's lives and not just give them something, but also teach them how to be entrepreneurs. As a matter of fact, John and I were talking by phone over the weekend, and I was so excited that one of the people that's been helped by Living Hope, who began to learn how to farm and produce his own food and do such an incredible job of getting his food to the market and providing for him and his family. He actually won an award, a worldwide award. Also, tell us a little bit about that, John.
Sure. His name is Langa, and if you hit the Facebook page, you'll see about 2 hours ago we shared his story. But Langa was a young man who was a security guard with very little hope, heard about our program, joined our 15-month farm training program in which we teach both business skills and farming skills. And Langa entered a competition for entrepreneurship in our local area, won that. He then went on to our city-wide competition and won that. He went to our statewide competition and won that, and then got selected amongst 9 in our country to go into the final rounds of being the best entrepreneur in South Africa. And the long and the short of the story is that Langa came 4th in our country as the 4th best entrepreneur. And this fellow is a wonderful, wonderful man. But he was up against people with MBAs and people who had literally hundreds of thousands of dollars thrown at them to develop businesses and apps from major corporates in South Africa. And so people with 5-6 years of university training. And Langa came right up against them amongst the best in our country. And he is the first to say, to God be the glory, and Living Hope has taken me out of the despair of poverty and given me hope. And obviously, this opportunity of him becoming a business entrepreneur has done him very well in this country. And he has a great future ahead for him because he's suddenly a well-known figure in this land. And that's one story, and that's only 2 weeks old. There are so many stories that are going up on our Facebook page every hour of people's lives who've changed, people who've been through drug rehab or kids whose lives have been changed. We're running about 1,800 children in our Orphans and Vulnerable Children at the moment program. That's besides the kids we see after school clubs. That pushes about 6,000 people, children. And we have got some heartbreaking stories of very, very vulnerable children or orphans that we're able to help. And all of those stories will be appearing over the next 13 or 14 hours on the Facebook page. We're going to be staying up through the night in South Africa because our time zone is about 7 hours different. But what we're asking people to do is to not only give, but also to share on Facebook and say, hey, I've given $10 or $100 or whatever to this. Why don't you do it as well? And let's see if we can make this go viral.
All right, let's do it. It's Giving Tuesday. All the details are there. And so if you're sitting around and you as a family or you as a business or a corporation were thinking about, all right, we're getting ready for Giving Tuesday, I want you to consider Living Hope South Africa. Let's try to meet this goal of $56,000 and some change. That's the number of people that were impacted by Living Hope just this last year.
Very good.
And you can.
Very good, Zach. Yeah.
Thank you very much, John. And let's get this done. I believe just the Rick and Bubba audience could raise this money.
Yeah.
So and then we have a.
Absolutely. Go
John,
for it, guys.
have you considered like raising money by like selling off ATV rides with you?
For every $100 donation, you get to take a ride with John Thomas on a four-wheeler.
And I see you've got something coming up on your program just now about a woman who jumped out of a United flight through the.
Yes.
You know, I just flew out of JFK on Sunday, and I got seated next to one of these emergency exit hatches. And so, you know, the air hostess comes along and says to me, can you know and understand and do this all? And so I said, are you saying to me the safety and security of all the passengers on this side of the plane rests on me? Yes, sir. I said to her, okay, I'll do this, but can I just practice once?
Did they move you from that seat?
I mean, she lost it entirely.
She went nuts, huh?
John. All right. Well.
Okay. I would have got famous that way on Sunday.
Yeah, you would have.
JFK Airport, plane stopped, and I would be sitting, keeping the FBI busy right now.
Yeah. They're not big on jokers.
Another way, and really seek to bless the people of South Africa. And Rick, thank you again for.
Thank you, John. Appreciate you, buddy.
Rick and Bubba.